people go as well. You know?
When, like all the members of the past?
Probably not, right?
No, you don't get to go in if you're just filled in for a little bit.
I don't guess so. We got him on the line. John, how you doing, John? Jon Anderson.
Hey there. Hey. Hello?
Hello, John. How you doing, buddy?
Very, very good, Russ. How's it going there in Orlando?
It is wonderful. We're honored to talk to the lead singer of Yes and a man that's in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and we appreciate you taking time to talk to us, John.
Wonderful. I love Orlando. I've been there many, many times.
You have. Good. So, John, when I was a kid, like in '83, I remember Roundabout came out, and it was the number one song for you guys, right?
It certainly was.
It certainly
One-hit wonders.
Yeah. and is that one of your favorites? Like a lot of times the song that makes it number one or that everybody identifies you with in a band, not always your favorite to play, but is that one of your favorites or not?
I still love singing it because it's a song I wrote with Steve Howe, and it became, like you say, it became a hit, and everybody wants to sing along. We're going to have a Yes sing-along show.
That's good. Hey, so John, I'm looking at how many past members there's been in Yes. Man, there's a lot of past members. It's difficult to keep a band together and to keep everybody getting along, isn't it?
Yeah. You hit the nail on the head there, Russ.
Because you were the original lead singer, correct?
Yeah, I started the band with Chris Squire, the bass player, who passed away a few years ago. He's listening to this phone call now, believe me.
Yeah, and so what was the biggest when you're younger like that, yeah. and you're touring and everything? What is it that you think creates most of the problem? Is it money issues? Is it like, hey, we're partying too much? Like, what is it you think was, or maybe you have differences in musical, the musical?
You just said them all.
Oh, there's all three of them.
Yes. But your friends, your brothers, musical brothers, no matter what, still love each other no matter what.
Yeah, and then, of course, you were original lead singer, and it seemed like every lead singer afterward tried to basically sound like you, right?
Well, it's a very high note to hit. I'm an alto tenor, and most of them do very well, actually. I have no problems about that. And I'm still happy and enjoying life, writing new music all the time, and got great ideas coming up. I'm actually going to do a musical in Vegas, of all things.
Oh, really?
I won't say, I'm not going to tell you what it's about because, I'm just letting you know life is incredible on many levels, and so blessed to work with 18 young teenagers on stage. It's kind of an amazing show.
Oh.
And we do Close to the Edge, Awaken, and You and I, Yours is No Disgrace, all of the big hits. We're going to do everything and more.
Hey, John, I got to tell you, I'm glad we got a chance to talk to you because I've always had this perception of, because you're musically, Yes is always one of these bands that's like so perfect, like they're considered prog rock or smart rock or whatever. So and I didn't think you were having fun. You're so precise. It didn't sound like you were having fun, but it sounds to me like you are having fun.
Oh, it's better than ever. I actually worked with the School of Rock 20 years ago, Paul Green, who runs the Academy of Rock. And we became friends, and he called me last year, and I went out on tour with these young kids in the north, in New York, Boston, Chicago. I had a great time. And here we are now, and it's April, and we're going to be in Orlando, and we're going to have a great, great show. People are just going to love the show. There's no question about it.
Yeah, it's April the 14th. It's here in Orlando at Plaza Live at 8 o'clock. And yeah, so you'll do all the favorites. Yes, Angel, question for Jon Anderson, lead singer of Yes.
John, so you would say that you're still on good terms with the rest of the guys in the band?
Of course. I'm in touch with everybody, even in touch with Chris in heaven. Believe me.
So a band like your guys, we've got a very extensive catalog, and just a bunch of hits from a couple different decades and everything. Has the conversation, or has anyone approached you guys about possibly selling the catalog and seeing if there's something there for you guys? I guess, is that a no or is that a yes?
We've been talking about that this morning. What the hell?
Oh, that's good.
Sell the catalog. Make some more money.
Sell the catalog. Yeah, because everybody's cashing in now,
Hey, Springsteen, $500 million.
I know. And my goodness, Yes has to be worth, a lot. Yes, Ryan, question for...
$1,000.
Couple thousand, yeah. Question for Jon Anderson, lead singer of Yes.
John, I'm a big fan. I've loved your stuff for a long time, but I wonder, as you get older and you play progressive rock, which is, tends to be based in classical, super technical music, do you ever wish that you didn't write such a complicated song and you just did a lot of G chords mostly now at this point in your life?
Okay. That's what I do all the time. Is these other musicians that want to do tons of stuff with it. if you listen to Heart of the Sunrise, it's a very simple song, but all of a sudden they're doing this big intro, big outro, big middle bit, and I'm standing there twiddling my thumbs.
I got to be honest with you. I thought you were going to be very stuffy, hard to talk to, and because the band seems so serious about music. But you sound like you're a blast, John. Did you have fun in your younger years when you were touring? Was touring fun for you?
Always. I was mesmerized that we get success. That's the important thing. You get some success in London and Birmingham and in Newcastle in England, and then all of a sudden you go to America and go, what the hell is this? It's like we're on tour with Jethro Tull, playing in front of 10,000 people, and I'm standing there with my tambourine, my knees shaking, and wondering, what am I doing here?
I'm reading some stuff about you guys, and it says you guys came out about the same time that Led Zeppelin came out, and both of you two were considered, the two bands that were definitely going to make it. And here we are, 2022. You're still performing, and Led Zeppelin is not. Are you surprised about that?
I don't know. I'm a big fan of Zeppelin, of course, and Robert Plant was a good old friend from way back. I met Robert Plant when he was in a band called Listen. They were in a band from Listen called Birmingham. They were from Birmingham. And we played some shows together and then met again in London. He just joined this band called Led Zeppelin. I said, good luck to you, man. And we've been friends ever since. And we're actually going to do a great version of Kashmir in the show.
Okay. Hey.
Yeah, we do some mashups. We do some Kashmir. We do a little bit of Eminem into Long Distance Runaround. It's a great show. I mean, people, if they don't know what Yes is all about, come and see the show and see these teenagers play the hell out of the music. They're amazing.
Hey, who came up with
the hard sell?
Who came up with the name Yes? Just out of curiosity.
Actually, the original band was Chris's band. It was Mabel Greer's Toy Shop. And I always used to say to Chris, we're doing rehearsing down in middle of London, saying, we could have a shorter name. It's too long. So I came up with Life. He came up with World. And good old Peter Banks, the guitar player, said, why don't we just call it Yes? And we said, the Yes? He said, no. Just Yes. And we looked at each other and said, why not?
And it worked. It's still working to this day. All right, it's Jon Anderson. He will be performing at Plaza Live in Orlando on April the 14th. What a pleasure to talk to you, John. Thank you for taking time, buddy. We appreciate it.
Wonderful, you guys. And lots of love to everybody in Orlando. Come and see the show. They'll have a great time. Take care of yourself.
All right, you take care.
Thank you.
He sounded like a great guy.
Yeah.
I liked him.
That was awesome.
It was great.
I'm glad he called.
That was so cool.
Hey, Carlos,
that
I couldn't
look at the screen, dude.
I couldn't keep my composure because you kept goofing on him.
It was nothing personal. I got to be honest. I don't know this guy. It was nothing personal. Just the voice made me think of that filter. And I'm sorry.
I wanted to jump on it.